The MCU is back. I mean, it's been back, but it's back on the big screen. It's actually interesting because Black Widow was initially meant to be the first piece of content that kicked off Phase 4, but because of COVID and theaters being closed, it was delayed a million times, and Marvel decided to release some of their Disney Plus shows first. So that's why we got like WandaVision weirdly being the first thing in the MCU Phase 4. But yep, this thing was supposed to be out in May 2020, but it's finally here, and I enjoyed it quite a bit. It's good. It's a good movie. It takes place after Captain America: Civil War, but before Avengers: Infinity War. So Natasha is on the run, and shenanigans take place where she is forced to confront her past, and that's a pretty generic spy thriller premise. But surprisingly enough, learning about Natasha's past was the sort of driving force of the movie, and it's what made it work. I actually didn't find the action to be all that great. It wasn't bad or anything, it was fine, but it wasn't on the level of Captain America the Winter Soldier, or honestly, even some of the stuff that they were doing in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Uh, and there were also some CGI heavy sequences that literally looked like video game cutscenes. But where the movie really shines is in its characters. We meet Natasha's family, and a surprising amount of the film is spent on their relationship. And it was all pretty compelling. Scarlett Johansson, David Harbour, Rachel Weisz, and Florence Pugh gave really good performances. David Harbour especially was really fun. That guy should just be in every movie. Like, even that Hellboy remake, which was awful, I did not hate because of David Harbour. Uh, but, going into this movie, I was kind of worried that it was going to be like a throwaway one because, well, we know what happens to Natasha in Endgame, but this movie isn't focused on the future and setting up Infinity War and Endgame. This movie is focused on showing us Natasha's past and giving us a better appreciation of the characters. In filling those holes, it actually does work as a good send off to the character. It really rounds her out and just gives us a full understanding of her. I would say the weakest point of the movie is probably the villain. He just kind of feels like a generic Bond villain, and Taskmaster is sort of like the grunt who works for the villain. And Taskmaster, yeah, I mean, it was cool, like his power where he's able to like copy different. Well, he's able to basically copy your fighting styles. So we saw him, he had a shield, so he fought like Captain America, and he also had these like claws, so he fought like Black Panther, and he obviously mimicked Natasha's fighting style as well. So like that's a cool premise, and I've enjoyed Taskmaster in other things, but the character was, it got better over time, but he for most of the movie the character was just like a Terminator-esque thing. So I don't know. It kind of worked out in the end, and it was okay. But I would say the main villain is definitely a pretty big disappointment. But yeah, that was the movie. It's good. It's solid. Go watch it if you want. If you don't, I don't care. Go touch some grass. We should all just go outside and touch some grass. Bye.